Good morning, Bruins friends. Now, yesterday we were hit with a bombshell. Milan Lucic, his criminal trial for domestic violence against his wife, Brittany, started and then was promptly thrown out due to Brittany Lucic refusing to testify. Now, I need you to stop right where you are. Britt refusing to testify does not mean that Milan did not do anything. This is commonly referred to as marital or spousal privilege, where private communications where private communications between spouses do not have to be used in court proceedings, and a spouse can refuse to testify against their partner. And there is only one way to look at this. There is really only one way to look at this, and it is not that Milan did not do anything. The only way to really look at this is that Milan was drunk, disorderly, and hit Brittany, and Brittany still wants to try and make this work. And hats off to her, and I totally stand by her on this one. Milan Lucic is not innocent. Milan Lucic is not innocent. Having your case thrown out in court, having a case against you thrown out in court does not necessarily mean that you are innocent. I mean, hell, given how broken our criminal justice system is you being guilty does not mean that you are not innocent. It doesn't mean that you aren't innocent. I mean, our freaking vice president spent a good chunk of time as an attorney general in California, doing exactly that, keeping people incarcerated on technicalities in California just to continue to overcrowd the prison population. But that is a story for another day. We're not going to get into the failings of Kamala Harris or California's criminal justice system or anything else. We're simply talking about Milan Lucic, Brittany Lucic, the future of this team, the future of Milan Lucic on this team. I do not want Milan Lucic on this team. After this court case, even though it was thrown out, I do not want him on this team. And thankfully, he is, as far as I know, still going to remain on his leave of absence for the rest of the season. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I do not know if this. I don't know if this is still going to count against the cap space. I don't care. I don't want him on this team. I do not want him on this team. And again, what everybody needs to understand. And Milan Lucic, just because his court case was thrown out, that does not mean that he is innocent. That does not mean that he is innocent. And honestly, if you're looking at the future of the Bruins as it pertains to him, if you're looking at that as the primary issue of concern right now, you are not looking at this properly. Quite frankly, you're not looking at this properly. So where do the Bruins go from here? They stay the course. Lucic is not coming back for the rest of the season. And good riddance. Not just because of his on-ice production, which is basically tantamount to fourth line enforcer that this team honestly doesn't. Would be a little bit better if we had, but at the same time, not him. For the love of God, not him. But even if he was, even if that wasn't the case, he's not coming back this season. They've already stated as such that his leave of absence is going to is going to remain for the rest of the season, and which means nothing for this team. It does not mean anything for this team. We've gotten along just fine without him. We do not need Milan Lucic. I promise you, we do not need Milan Lucic. I know within the past, I know we've lost 4 of 5, and some of you are probably gonna think, oh, we need him, we need someone to rally the team. Not him. It's at times like these where I wish that Forbort had waived his no movement clause to not his no movement clause, his no trade clause to be thrown into the Hall trade that got us Ian frickin' Mitchell and Riley Walsh. Because I would have rather had Foligno. Here to do the same thing. I would have rather had Foligno here to do what we gave Lucic a contract for, but now without any of the baggage. And again, and honestly, calling it baggage at this point is very much an understatement. You're 35 years old. I don't care if you're drunk. You have that is your wife. Who you have had either 1 or 2 kids with. That is your wife that you have had children with. You do not hit her. You do not hit her under any circumstances. And I don't care. I really do not care about people trying to excuse this. I really don't care about people trying to say, well, he wasn't found guilty by the court. Honestly, spousal privilege is tantamount to forcing your partner to plead the fifth. Yes, they fucked up, but I want to make this work. Milan Lucic is not innocent. He's not explicitly guilty, but he sure as hell is not innocent. And honestly, this team would be better off forgetting about him for right now. Well, instead, you got a game in 2 hours. Against the Kings. Put your focus there. Lucic, man, I really hope you change for the better, man. Do not hit her